Continuing on Masechet Makkot, Daf Chaf Gimel Amud Bet, starting the Gemara today, the fourth wide line. Today's Amud is being learned as a zechut for Refuah Shelema Rachel Simcha Bat Nahid. Shall full recovery Refuah Shelema Be'ezrat Hashem. Amen. This month's learnings of the community has been dedicated by the Dayan family, Cohen family, Shea families. Should be an ultimate zechut for all their mishpachot Be'ezrat Hashem. Amen. So we finished the last sentence of our Mishnah, which is the last Mishnah in Masechet Makkot. Famous words of Rabbi Shlomo Yisraeli, Omer, Ratzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu lezakot et Yisrael lefichach yirbu lahem Torah u'mitzvot, shenemar, Adonai chafetz leman sidqo yagdil Torah v'yadir. We explained how the Mefarshim, the Aruch LaNer, others discuss that the fact that the Torah makes it a mitzvah, even things that you would have done anyways, or you wouldn't have done. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives you a mitzvah on them. We explained it based on the words of the chinuch in the mitzvah of Oneg Yom Tov and Simchat HaChag. Now we're going to discuss also another piece from the Rambam. Rambam writes in Perush Mishnayot over here, famous words, the eternal words of the Rambam, that a person could merit Olam Haba with one mitzvah. If you do one mitzvah in your lifetime, that you have done it completely lishma, without any ulterior motives, no reason besides wanting to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that could grant a person Olam Haba. And therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ratzah lezakot, he wants to make it more available for people to be able to get to Olam Haba, and therefore, if Yichach yirbu lahem Torah u'mitzvot. There's so many opportunities of doing stuff, so hopefully in a lifetime, you certainly have had a number of opportunities to do something without any ulterior motives, just because you want to serve Hashem, and that gives you Olam Haba. So the Gemara now says, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Chalukin alav chaverav al Rabbi Hananiah ben Gamliel. We learned in our Mishnah that the core premise of the Mishnah was that kol chayave keretot, a person that's chayav karet, that gets lashes, now is off the hook from having the chiyuv karet that he had earned himself. And that's the limud that Rabbi Hananiah ben Gamliel said, v'nikla achicha le'enecha keshelaka harehu ka'achicha. These are the words of Rabbi Hananiah ben Gamliel. We mentioned when we learned the Mishnah that the Gemara is going to say that Chachamim, his friends, disagree with him. Who says that? Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan says, you should know that our Mishnah is not muskam lakol, is not agreed upon by the friends of Rabbi Hananiah ben Gamliel. It's only him. But Rabbanan disagree with him, says Rabbi Yochanan. So says the Gemara, Amar Rab Ada bar Ava. Rab Ada bar Ava said, Chazak u'baruch Rabbi Yochanan. What we didn't know, if you didn't tell us that Rabbanan argue with Rab Hananiah ben Gamliel, we would not have known it on our own. Says the Gemara. Amar Rab Ada bar Ava, Amar Amri berav. Taninan, it's a Mishnah. It's a Mishnah in Masechet Megillah. We have done this together. Daf Zayin. The Gemara there says, En ben Shabbat leYom HaKippurim. Famous concept that the difference between Shabbat and Yom Kippur is Ela shezeh zdono bidei Adam v'zeh zdono beikaret. Both of them are asur to do melacha. Both of them are considered one of the most severe transgressions, but the difference is, says the Mishnah, that on Shabbat, if you knowingly transgress Shabbat, you're chayav mitah. You get, it's capital punishment. You get chayav mitat bedin. But on Yom Kippur, if you knowingly transgress, you don't get skila, you don't get chiyuv mitat bedin, but you get karet on Yom Kippur. So it says, the Gemara, Rav Ada bar Ava said in the name of the Chachamim in the Bet Midrash, from this Mishnah you see that the difference between Shabbat and Yom Kippur is one of them is Chiyuv Bidei Shamayim, and one of them is Chiyuv Bidei Adam. Ve'im ita, I divide Bidei Adam. If you're correct, if Reb Chanina ben Gamliel is correct, that you could get off the hook from your karet by the means of getting some lashes, so then both of them are fixable in this world. It's not Bidei Shamayim. Both of them are Bidei Adam. Because by Chayav Karet also, you could lash him. Every Chayav Karet gets lashes, we're understanding now. So you get lashes and then you're patur from your Karet. So it's punishable in the hands of the Beit Din, both of them. If you desecrate Shabbat, punishable in the Beit Din. If you desecrate Yom Kippurim, Chiyuv Karet, punishable in the Beit Din. So says the Gemara, you see from the Mishnah already in Masechet Megillah that you cannot fix Karet in the Beit Din down here. Therefore, the difference between Shabbat and Yom Kippur is one of them is in the Beit Din, the other one is not in the Beit Din. It's Bidei Shamayim, you get Karet. So says the Gemara, Rab Nachman says, Hamani Rabbi Yitzchak. This is Rabbi Yitzchak. Our Mishnah in Masechet Megillah, in other words, Rab Nachman is answering why the words of Rabbi Yochanan is not Pashut. The question we're asking is, Chazaku Baruch Rabbi Yochanan. You're telling me the friends of Rabbi Chanina argue with him. We know it. It's a Mishnah in Masechet Megillah. Rab Nachman says, no, it's not a Mishnah in Masechet Megillah. Because the Mishnah in Masechet Megillah is only according to Rabbi Yitzchak. Not like Rabbi Akiva. We had this, let's do a quick Chazara, in Daf Yud Gimel Amud Bet, in Masechet Makkot, we had a Machloket Tanaim. For those who remember, we had Machloket Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yitzchak. What is the Machloket? Whether or not a person that's Chayav Karet also gets Malkut. Rabbi Akiva held that a person that gets Karet still gets Malkut also. Rabbi Yitzchak said no. A person that gets Karet only gets Karet. Does not get Malkut. And he darshened it from a pasuk. From the pasuk that when the Torah counts up the 15 names of the Arayot, then the Torah goes out of its way to mention your sister as being an erva as well. And Rabbi Yitzchak says, wait a second, Kol Arayot bichlal hayu. All of the Arayot were part of one group. Why does the Torah single out your sister from all the numbers of Arayot? And says Rabbi Yitzchak is coming to teach you that you only get karet, because he says, if you go with your sister, karet. He says, I know, every Arayot gets karet. And your sister, we know, is part of Arayot. So why do you have to say karet? Says Rabbi Yitzchak is coming to teach you, you only get karet, and you don't get malkut. So that's the machloket Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yitzchak that we had back 10 dapim ago in Daf Yud Gimel, right? So says Rab Nachman, that Mishnah in Masechet Megillah Daf Zayin is the Shita of Rabbi Yitzchak. Therefore, on Yom Kippur, you're up to the hands of Shamayim only, because there is no Malkut. You don't get Malkut. And Achinami, according to Chachamim, you do get Malkut. And you would have thought that according to Chachamim, you get Malkut and you're patur from Karet. That's why Rabbi Yochanan has to come and say, no. The Chachamim disagree with Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel. They don't agree with him. They hold that you could get Malkut and you still Chayav Karet. Doesn't fix the Karet. Right? So let's read it inside now. Rav Nachman Omer, Hamani Rabbi Yitzchaki. This is Rabbi Yitzchak. The Amar that he holds, Malkut bechayave keretot leka. Rabbi Yitzchak holds, again, back in our Masechta, Daf Yud Gimel, that if you're chayav karet, you do not get Malkut. Only karet. The Tanya, as we learned, this is just repeating our Gemara in Yud Gimel. Rabbi Yitzchak Omer, Chayave Keretot Bichlal Hayu. All of the people who were Chayav Karet were in one group, one category, they were mentioned together. Ve'lama yatzat karet ba'achoto. Why do you have the pasuk mentioning karet for a person that goes with his sister? The pasuk says, "Ve'ish asher yikach et achoto bat aviv o bat imo ve'ra'a et ervata ve'itire et ervato chesetu v'nichretu le'enei bnei amam." It had a whole long pasuk for someone that has incest with his sister. Why do you have such a thing? You know already, I know every part of that halacha already from elsewhere. I know that sister is chayav karet, and I know, I know his sister is erva, and I know erva is chayav karet. So why do you have to say it? Says Rabbi Yitzchak, the pasuk coming to single it out to tell you it's only karet, nothing else. And that's shita of Rabbi Yitzchak. Laduno be karet velo be malkut. It's coming to teach you that you get only karet and not malkut. So therefore, again, our Gemara, let's go through the Shakla of Ataria in a quick way. Our Gemara is saying, Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel holds, if you have karet, you get malkut, and poof, goes away the karet. Rabbi Yochanan comes and says, you should know, Chachamim disagree with that. The Gemara asks, why do I need Rabbi Yochanan to tell me that? I know Chachamim disagree with that. Where do I know it? I know it from Mishnayot. Every fifth grader that learns Mishnayot knows. Because Mishnah in Masechet Megillah says, on Yom Kippur, you're not in the hand of Adam. If you transgress Yom Kippur, you get karet, and you're not in the hand of the Bedin. That's the difference between Shabbat and Yom Kippur. And I see from there that you can't fix the karet by giving lashes. Right? So I know already. Mara says, no. That Mishnah is Rabbi Yitzchak, is not Chachamim. Rabbi Yitzchak calls you don't get malkut. But in Achinami, if you would have gotten malkut, it would go poof, the karet. Right? And therefore I need Rabbi Yochanan to come and say, no, Chachamim disagree with Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel. Rav Ashi says a much more straightforward, simple answer. Says Rav Ashi, Afilu tema Rabbanan. I could tell you that the Mishnah in Masechet Megillah is even according to Rabbanan. Says the Gemara, Afilu tema Rabbanan, ze ikar zedono bide Adam, ve ze ikar zedono bide Shamayim. But all Mishnah is telling you in Masechet Megillah is not talking about whether or not you could fix the karet. Maybe you could fix the karet. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. You do get malkut on chiyuv karet. It could be Rabbanan, not Rabbi Yitzchak. It could be Rabbanan that you do get malkut on karet. And maybe you could fix, maybe you can't fix the karet with malkut. All the Mishnah is saying is something very simple. The Mishnah is coming to tell you that by Shabbat, all you get is chiyuv bide Adam. Down here, we deal with it in the Betin Shalmata. The ikar of your chiyuv is bide Adam. By Yom Kippur, the ikar onesh is karet. The main onesh that you get is karet, which is bide Shamayim. Now, you may be able to fix it with malkut, because there's a side thing of malkut also. So therefore, Rabbi Yochanan had to come and tell us, don't you think that Chachamim agree with Rabbi Hanania ben Gamliel? They don't agree with him. In other words, you may have thought that Chachamim agree with him, that you could fix it, and it's not a stira in the Mishnah in Megillah, because all Mishnah in Megillah is saying is, it's ikaro bide Shamayim. And that you get karet, which is the main punishment. But you may have thought that if you give him lashes, Chachamim agree that the karet goes away. Therefore, Rabbi Yochanan has to come and say, you should know, Chachamim disagree with this psak of Rabbi Hanina ben Gamliel. The karet you get, and the malkut you also get, and it doesn't fix the karet. You could get all the lashes in the world, and you still are chayav karet, according to Chachamim. So that's the shita of Rab Ashi. How he explains the Gemara in Megillah, being according to Chachamim and still working within our our Gemara as well. So it says the Gemara, Amar Rab Ada bar Ava, Amar Rav, Halachak Rab Hanania ben Gamliel. It says, even though the Chachamim disagree with him, Halacha is Rab Hanania ben Gamliel, that you get patur from your karet by getting malkut. Now the Gemara is going to ask an obvious question, which we're going to discuss B'ezrat Hashem tomorrow. Gemara says, wait a second, who has gone up to Shamayim to know if you get off from pasuk, from karet? Man salik Shmaya. How do you know? Karet is what we're going to B'ezrat Hashem deal with and study together in the days to come.